everyone, I'm just going to do a tutorial on contouring. I'm just going to talk to you about like how I contour on my own face and then contouring on different face shapes and stuff like that. What I use for contouring is the MAC foundation palette. I'm not too sure if you have to work for MAC or if this is like a pro product. I'm not too sure, but this is a really good product. I'll also like list other brands and stuff that have good cream contouring palettes. I've used a lot over the years, and there's ones with like deeper skin tones and stuff like that as well. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to use like the lighter colours on a smaller brush, and I'm just going to like apply it underneath my eyes first. So I have foundation on already, that's all I have on, but when you're putting cream products on, you don't want to like put powder on your skin first and then put cream products on, because that's when it tends to get like really cakey and patchy. I'm gonna like kind of drag this concealer up as well, so it kind of gives my eyes like a fake facelift, does that make sense? This really works well if you blend your eyeshadows out quite far, because then it has the contrast of your eyeshadow and the concealer. I'm then going to apply a little bit in the middle of my forehead. So with highlighting and contour, everything you're like putting the light colour on is going to be brought forward, and everything you're putting like the darker shade on is going to be like sunken in, if that makes sense. So when you're putting it underneath your cheekbone where the hollows of your cheek is and stuff, it's going to make it even more hollow, like appear more hollow anyway. And like a lighter concealer or lighter foundation or whatever, that's going to bring it forward, if that makes sense. So all these parts where I'm putting the lighter shade on is going to be brought forward. I put some on the middle of my chin as well, because I feel like it just kind of balances everything out. You don't have to do this. Like, see if you're self-conscious about something, like if you don't like your chin or whatever, you don't need to put like highlighter on your chin, but only highlight where you want to be highlighted. I'm just going to highlight a little bit down my nose, because I'm going to contour the sides of my nose as well in a minute. That's what I have so far. So these are all highlighted parts, so it's quite like even on my face. As I said, it's specific to what you want brought forward and what you don't. For example, if you have like a square shaped head, contour like here, like underneath your jawline, your temples, and underneath this jaw, because it's kind of going to make it like give it the illusion that it's more like oval or like round, and it's going to take away kind of the harsh edges. For nose and stuff like that as well, if you're shading down the nose like this, it's going to make your nose appear smaller. If you kind of like round your contour like this around your nose, it's going to make you have like a button nose. Also, for people who have like their forehead is quite close to their eyebrow and stuff, like you wouldn't need to contour in that sense, because like the space there is already small enough, so you don't, if you're contouring, it's going to make it smaller. So there you could just use your normal foundation. So you don't really have to use cream contour, to be honest, like because you're going to have to set it with powder anyway. So if you just wanted to skip a step, you could just go in straight with like powder contours. That would save you a lot more time, but cream contouring is nice sometimes if you're going out and stuff, because it makes it a little bit more intense, or sometimes it actually makes it even more natural if you can blend them like properly and stuff. I'm going to use the deeper shades in the palette to contour just a few skin tones up from my own skin tone. If you go like too drastic, it's just going to be hard to blend out. I'm going to contour underneath my cheekbones, like you can, if you kind of are unsure where your cheekbones are, you can kind of feel, and it's where the hollow is. So I only take it like about, see where the arch of my eyebrow is, to about there, and that was probably the furthest I'd take my contour. I'm then going to apply some on my temples, just because I do have a decent amount of space between my eyebrow and my like hairline, so just going to bring that down a bit. I have a decent sized forehead, so I'm just going to apply that on the top of my forehead just to shorten my forehead a bit. The other side where the hollow is, again my other temple, and then I'm going to do a little bit on my jawline, because it's kind of a little bit squarer here, so I just want to round it off and make it a little bit softer. I'm going to do the same here. And then I'm going to contour my nose, so I'm just going to go down both of the sides of my nose. This will look a bit crazy until everything's blended out. And that's what it looks like so far before it's blended out. I'm going to blend it out now. I'm going to use a small damp beauty blender just to blend out the concealer or the highlighter or whatever you want to call it, same thing. I'm just gonna pat as well, like I'm patting it because if I like swipe in motions, I'm gonna kind of lift the product and the foundation, and I don't want to do that. I don't want it to move anywhere, so I'm just dabbing it on just so it works into the skin. And with the contour you can use like a beauty blender as well, but I'm just going to use a brush and I'm just going to do the kind of dabbing again just so the product isn't moving too much and it's just working into the skin. Everything looks a bit crazy until it's like finished. I'm just gonna make sure that the top's blended. And then here again, I'm just going to pat it. If you want to make your contour more defined as well, you can go in with the concealer underneath as well, and that will sharpen it even more. But sometimes I think that can look like a bit unrealistic, if that makes sense, because no one has like a jawline that sharp. It looks a bit crazy, but once you like pat everything out and everything's blended, it looks fine. That's basically the cream contour. I'm just going to pop on some highlighter and some blush, and then I'm just going to get back on. So I've just added a little bit of, I don't know, this light might be washing me out, but I've added some blush and highlighter, and that is the finished look. I'm just going to leave like some product recommendation. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. It's just mainly how I contour my face, but I hope there was a few tips and tricks in there that could help use. And thanks for watching, and bye.